My name is Jamin Goecker. I'm a local realtor with Keller Williams in South Central Alaska, and my mission is to help you to build an intentional and significant legacy for yourself and your family by coaching you in real estate. And the purpose of today's video is to talk about the pros and cons of selling right now in the market that we currently find ourselves in 2022. There's definitely some very strong pros and cons either way here, so do make sure that you stay here all the way through. And before we get started, as always, do make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to the channel so that you can receive more content like this in the future. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. All right, so let's go ahead and start out on the pro column. On the pro column, number one is that you are probably going to be able to get more for your property now than really I think you ever have in this particular market. And that's great. You're going to get a lot for your property, and that's awesome. Not only that, but depending on the price range that you're in, you can usually negotiate out some pretty cozy conditions for you. That's going to make it a really good win-win situation for you. So you can definitely go check out any one of the market update videos that I do have throughout the channel here, and I do put those updates out every week. So go check those out. You'll get a feel for how much more for your property now than you'll be able to get than you might have been able to get a couple of years ago. So go check that out. But yes, number one, you'll probably be able to get more for your house now than you can later. The second pro of selling right now is that you're going to avoid the higher property taxes. So what happens whenever we have a big jump in the market like this is that the tax man is just excited and just giddy because they know that they're about to jack everybody's assessed values up so they can get more revenue coming in. And if you're somebody who's not planning on selling, I'm sorry to say it, but a strong market, not always something you need to be excited about, because all that means is you're going to be paying more in property taxes in the near future. So that's definitely a strong pro that you get to avoid that increase. The third thing is that you really can negotiate those terms. And I kind of mentioned it in passing before, but it is true that you can get some really strong terms right now, and you're probably not going to end up paying any buyer closing expenses, which was actually pretty customary just a couple years ago. I know that's a foreign concept now, but realistically, that was very customary. Whether you like it or not, it was customary, and that's largely gone away. So the terms are really important. I talk about this in another video. We can't just focus on the price. If you do, then you're probably going to set yourself up for some disappointments. So the terms and conditions are a lot simpler now, a lot more straightforward, a lot less contingencies on the offers that are coming in. So that's really good. Everybody's putting their best foot forward now because they know they're going to have to compete, and that works for you as the seller. Let's take a break here real quick. For those of you who've been watching for a while, I did mention before that we do have market updates that come out every single week, kind of giving you an idea for what's going on in each one of the big market centers here in this area. So do feel free to go check those out. Those are going to be on the channel. And also, if you are looking at potentially getting your property on the market in the near future here, do take advantage of my seller guide that is available for you as a free resource on my website. So simply go to my website, register for it, put in the comment section, seller guide, so I know what to send you. And I'll go ahead and send that over to you and let you kind of use that as a way to get you started on the process of getting your property on the market. Now, let's go and finish today's videos talking about what the cons are of selling your property in this super hot market. The first con that we need to think about is that it can actually be a little stressful if you have so many buyers just descending on your property to come and take a look at it. It's exhilarating, but for some people it can actually be pretty stressful, just constantly having to move kids and pets and everything around for people to come over and take a look at the property. And you've got a lot coming at you really fast. And even stuff like the offers that are rolling in, again, really great, but you get it in, it's like, okay, we've got like 5 or 10 offers now. So we need to sit down and analyze these and figure out which one is the best one. And that's great, good problem to have. For some people, it can definitely be stressful though. The second con, and this is actually the one that I hear more often, is, okay, well, you've sold your property now, you got super cozy conditions, you got that high price point, you were the belle at the dance that everybody wanted to dance with, and now you need to turn it around, and now you need to try to go and buy something in this market. So suddenly the shoe's on the other foot, and some people are really not in a position where they're ready to do that, and they're kind of just waiting for things to cool down a little bit and hopefully get some more inventory coming in before they're ready to jump into that fray, which, you know, probably what I'm seeing in the next couple of years here, we're going to see more and more of those people that have just kind of been waiting, and you'll get to that point where they're comfortable, and then everybody kind of jumps on at the same time. That is one of my theories from what might happen moving into the future. We'll see if it actually pans out that way. But the last thing that I've seen that is definitely a strong con is if you decide to wait, you're definitely not going to be getting the really good interest rates that you have right now. Like, I know people who've locked in interest rates for under 3. I myself got one for like 2.75 just last summer. And those interest rates are probably not coming back just because the feds have said, hey, we are done printing money and buying mortgages. Just keep the interest rates low. We are going to let this go back to the market and let the free open market decide what interest rates should be and what investors are willing to pay to purchase these loans, which means that those loans interest rates are going to start going up just because, you know, realistically, investor can't really make a whole lot of money on 2.5, 3% or something like that. So they're probably going to be getting closer to like 4 or 5% again in a couple of years here, which historically speaking, still stupid low. We've just gotten really spoiled in the past couple of years, and 2.5, 3 has become kind of the standard, but it's not. That's a real low point, and we're probably not going to be seeing those again in the near future. So those are going to be your pros and cons for selling your property now in this market. I sure hope it was useful for you. If you're trying to decide with a little bit more specificity into your specific situation, if this is a good time for you to sell or not, do feel free to reach out to me at either my website, my Instagram, or my Facebook. Link for all of those are going to be down below, and be happy to chat a little bit and see how best I can help you as you're trying to navigate this. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.